Hey everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home and welcome to Messy Kitchen Monday. We're doing another live broadcast on 2 platforms tonight, so if I'm looking a little crazy, then you know why. Happy June! And I don't know where you are, but where I am, it's hot. I mean, all week last week we had temps in the high 90s. And I mean, there were days it was 98 degrees here already into May. So it's only fitting that for June, we have decided to do cool desserts. And these are all desserts that you can whip up in a flash. They are desserts that are cool to the palate. They are desserts that will leave you feeling refreshed. And we're really excited about the whole month that we have planned for you. Tonight, to kick off our month of cool desserts, I am doing a really simple, mostly store-bought dessert that you can do at a pinch. And also, if you have little kids, this is a great idea too. So, if you are with us for the first time, mainly on Instagram, be sure and drop a comment. Let us know you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from. And we love to have people interact with us too. So if you have friends that don't know about The Buttered Home, we'd love for you to tell them about us too. Anyway, tonight what we are doing is we are doing ice cream sandwiches with homemade chocolate ganache. Now, if you don't know what chocolate ganache is, I'm about to make your life exponentially better because there is no limit to what you can do with this chocolate goodness, and you can put it on anything. It's not just for cakes, it's not just for pies, it's not for baked goods that you dip it in, it's for all sorts of things. And so tonight we're going to show you how to use store-bought bakery cookies or your own. And I have a really good chocolate chip recipe that's coming up, not this month but later, and store-bought ice cream. And this is the best in the world, and we won't go into that here tonight, but the chocolate ganache is mainly what the recipe we have for is tonight. And I'm going to show you a traditional chocolate ganache, a recipe that a lot of people think is hard to make and harder to deal with. I'm going to show you how easy it is. And as always, the recipe will be up at thebutteredhome.com after we get finished later tonight. So if you want the recipe, you can go to thebutteredhome.com. If you're not already a member of our VIP mailing list, you get the recipes first and get notification of anything new we have going on first. You can do that at thebutteredhome.com as well. Up at the top of the page there, you'll see a join our newsletter button in green, and you can follow us along there. Also, we have a link on Instagram in the profile that will take you there as well, along with our most recent recipes. So we're really excited to be doing this, and I hope this is something you all love. And I'm not going to be moving cameras around, so I went ahead and the first component of the recipe I have already done, and that is about 1/2 cup of butter, good and melty in my pot here. And then from there, it just gets easier. And my trusty assistant is here. Would you give me the milk, because I may need it. So here we have cocoa, and it's chocolate ganache. So this is where the chocolate comes from. Now this is unsweetened cocoa. So we're gonna just add that into our butter. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna whisk that in. And the butter, I should mention, is just melted. It's not been brought to a boil. And I'm gonna let you guys, since you're right here, it's good, so you'll be able to see what we're doing. And you know, you've got more butter than you do cocoa to that, so it actually smooths up pretty quick. And you guys on Instagram, I'm trying to let you see best you can. And then here's where the sweet part comes in, and this is confectioner sugar. Now the trick to using confectioner sugar whenever you're making ganache or if you're making any kind of icing is to add it in stages in small amounts. So it's quite a lot, but if you've ever worked with confectioner's sugar before, you know that it melts really quickly and really easily. And we're gonna use every bit of it. Every bit of it. Because I like a good stiff ganache. So we're gonna add that in. And it gets pretty stiff pretty quickly. But everything is still warm, so that kind of helps melt it. And then the trick is just a little bit of milk. And just so I won't splash too much, I'm gonna get my little shot glass and put my milk in my shot glass. And how much of the milk you use will vary depending on your taste. But see, I barely put probably 1/4 of a teaspoon in there, and you'll see it's already breaking it up. I'm gonna put just a little bit more. Oh, and it smells divine. It smells so good. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of that confectioner's sugar in there and add a touch more milk just to get things started. And I'll probably make a mess doing this.
Messy kitchen.
Because it is Messy Kitchen Monday after all. But just depending on your taste, I only had probably about 2 tablespoons of milk in there. You can use anywhere from 2 to 4 tablespoons of milk, just depending on how thick you want it and how chocolatey you want it. Because naturally the more milk, and you'll notice, you know, that the milk and the more confectioner's sugar you use dictates the color of the ganache. Now, one thing I can tell you, if you do have it too thin, it's gonna set up really fast and it's gonna be not thick. If you like it thicker where it stands up, depending on the application you're using it for, you're gonna wanna use the least amount of milk that you can. And I'm thinking for me, 4 tablespoons is gonna be my magic number, because it's getting silky smooth and it doesn't drizzle. Now, if I was icing a cake and wanted a thin, shiny icing, then I would add a little bit more milk. But for what we're using it for, with the ice cream sandwiches, I want it a little bit thicker. So there we go, there you have it, a nice chocolate ganache. Set that over there. Now, I have these store-bought cookies. And so we're gonna take the ganache and we're just going to get out a dollop of it. And you're just gonna slide that on your cookies. This is gonna be your glue for your cookies. What a good glue to have, right? And I also have some sugar cookies here. You can get whatever kind of cookies you want to do this with. And we're just gonna ice those cookies up. And this ganache recipe is a great recipe to just decorate cookies. If you have kids who like to decorate cookies, you can use this too and do it on the tops and get just some colored icing and decorate them with. But for this purpose, this works really well. So now you're gonna wanna set these aside and let that icing just sit. And as it sits, it'll harden. So it doesn't have to sit and get completely hard, but you want that chocolate to be kind of crunchy and yummy in there. So I have some done over here already. Oh, my water cup's all in the way. And we are going to get out some ice cream. And these are just too simple. Too simple. So you're gonna take a little dollop of ice cream and you're gonna just pop that on there. And you're gonna take another cookie and you're gonna sandwich that in between. There you go, a homemade ice cream sandwich. And let's do another one. And I had Tanner get out the ice cream, and she said, "Are you sure about this strawberry ice cream? I just didn't think it would go good." I said, "Baby, the older you get, the more you'll notice that chocolate is good with everything." So we have a special chocolate and strawberries and homemade vanilla ice cream sandwich right there. Now, can you get any more simple than that? I mean, the thing that took the longest was mixing up the ganache, and that didn't take long at all. You can actually put these in an airtight container and keep them in the freezer, set them out on the counter for just a few minutes before you're ready to serve them, or you can eat them right away, which is probably what my folks are gonna do. So, if you want this recipe for the homemade chocolate ganache icing, then it will be on the website later. And if you're not a member of the mailing list, go sign up now so you can be notified when it's posted. And this is just a small taste. This is your appetizer, I guess, for the month of June. Tanner keeps trying to reach for it. I'm not ready to give it to you yet. So this is just a simple, small taste of some cool desserts that we have prepared for you for the month of June. So be sure and be here every Monday night at 7:30 so we can share more with you. They get a little bit more involved, and they get probably a whole lot better from here on out for the whole month of June. So I'm gonna hand these off. And I'm sure I have a line of folks waiting to come in here for the rest of them for the remainder of the night. So as always, we thank y'all for joining us here on Messy Kitchen Monday, and we hope you'll be back on Thursday for Meal Prep Thursday at 8 p.m. And we hope you'll be with us from now on, really, but every Monday night for the remainder of June for some great desserts. And from the buttered home to your home, we love y'all. Good night. Hey, can you stop and stop that?